right, so what's at stake here? Let's get the read right now from Senator Bill Cassidy from the fine state of Louisiana. Senator, we're just hearing right now that Mitt Romney has been disinvited to CPAC simply because he was for witnesses. Do you think that's a little vindictive?
I'm not going to make the call for CPAC. Romney was voting his conscience. I, cannot kind of comment upon that. I think the more important thing is that Romney, I'm pretty sure, will vote, if you will, you look at his votes, he's going to vote that the president should not be removed from office. And I think that's where the Congress should end up landing. The House managers did a terrible job putting the case together, a terrible job. They brought their witnesses, they brought the papers, and then they said they wanted more. Asking the Senate to do their work, I don't think that's where we should be. I think that's where we'll all land.
Do you worry, though, that this has divided the party? You're either with the president fully or you're not. And the reason I mentioned this retribution against Senator Romney is you're quite right. He has indicated nothing he has seen would push a vote to convict on his part. But just saying that he was open to witnesses gets him disinvited to a conservative powwow. Seems a little tacky, doesn't it?
Well, again, I won't comment on CPAC's invitation policy. I will say that if that is the crack we have in our party, it's a pretty minuscule crack. And if you look at the other party, where AOC is raising money to fund primary candidates against Jerry Nadler, which kind of makes you wonder about Jerry's motivation to pursue this, they've got cracks. We've got something called micro, and those micro fractures are going to heal very quickly.
So when all this is said and done, and assuming the president avoids conviction here, do you find anything just unseemly about what he did? I mean, maybe that didn't meet, an impeachable offense or a high crime and misdemeanor. But if you were to see that kind of behavior or the president taking that kind of action to get information on a potential opponent, would it bother you?
A couple things. The House managers did a credible job of creating this kind of, yes, the president may have done something. And the White House counsel did a very credible job of creating a reasonable doubt. That is a standard I am bringing to this. I don't think that we should be received personally, that we should be receiving information from foreign governments. Just don't. That's just not what we should be doing. So are there things I disagree with? Absolutely. But did the White House counsel create a reasonable doubt? Absolutely. And if we're going to be fair in this process, fair to the American people, fair to the process, fair to the accused, we have to consider just what the White House counsel, the case they built.
All right, Senator Cassidy, thank you very much for taking the time. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Neil.